Yes, the inevitable has happened. Wandroid number 4, Pollution of the Heart, has been removed from the Google Play Store. And it's been replaced with a new Unity-based app called Wandroid number 4 Remake. While it looks better, it's also unfortunately only in Japanese. So the developer has basically just turned his back on the rest of the world's market. He's now only catering to the Japanese market. But you can still get Wandroid number 4 Pollution of the Heart in English on other websites. I put links in the description below on websites where you can get the free version, the ad-supported version. I don't know that the paid version will still be available from those websites, because if Taka doesn't end up getting paid for them, I don't know that they're still allowed to sell them. Or maybe they just can still sell them and not pay the developer. I don't think that's fair, but that's why I'm kind of only promoting the ad-supported version of it, because he'll still get the revenue from the ads, and that'll solve that problem. But I want people to still be able to play this game, so I'm putting links in the description below on websites where you can download the app on your phone. It's not a desktop game, so don't worry about that. But I wanted to recap some of the features that I was talking about in the first video, because my delivery was not all that good. My video was not all that good. But I wanted to show off the splash of the game and the look of it, so you still remember what it looks like. And remind you of some of the things that I talked about in that video, so you just don't have to watch that video at all. Okay, but first, shoutouts to Taka, of course, the developer. Here's his twit pic. I'm still kind of mad at him for totally abandoning the market I'm in. And of course, a shout out to Ed Muiz, my first subscriber. I have to say that again. But let's talk about Wandroid Games 2 and 3. There's a link in the description about Wandroid number 1 where it talks about the features of the game and how to play the game. But that's about Wandroid number 1. There's been some changes to the game in Games 2 and 3, so I need to tell you about those before you can play game number 4. In Wandroid number 2, the second game, Murphy's Ghost is a famous recurring boss monster in the game. In Wandroid, he's not found in game number 1, for some reason. But in Wandroid number 2, he's found on the second floor at x equals 2, y equals 3. I think I have a map here showing where that is. And in Wandroid number 2, new classes are brought in. You can have Valkyries, which are kind of like a Lord, except female and not nearly as strong. They do have unique armor and weapons, but again, they learn the priest spells, and they're really good fighters. Bards became available in Wandroid number 2. They are basically minstrels. They play musical instruments instead of fighting weapons, and these musical instruments cast spells. The spells are dependent on which musical instrument that they're playing, so you need to have a minimum of armor and weapons, and just carry a whole bunch of different types of musical instruments. Let's see, and as of Wandroid number 2, the last 3 characters can fight. Remember, in Wandroid number 1, only the front row of 3 characters could fight, and the last row could only cast spells or parry, stuff like that. But as of Wandroid number 2, the back row can fight with long-range weapons. This opens up a whole new class of weapons, bows. Staffs can be a medium or long-range weapon. Staffs don't hit worth a crap, but they're still better than parry. And some of the weaker monsters can actually be killed by a staff, so, you know, if you got a character that's strong enough to wield a staff effectively, you can do some damage. But the bows, the short bows, the long bows, there's even a crossbow. But again, be prepared, there's going to be some difference in the way you play the game, based on that. And in Wandroid number 3, Kung Fu characters and Rangers are now available. A Ranger is kind of like a thief, can disarm traps, but it's also very good with long-range weapons. So if you want to get rid of your thief, and instead have a ranger who can use a crossbow or short bow or long bow. They get some specialty bows that are very specifically designed for them that have much better hitting power. But yes, rangers are new. Kung Fu characters are like ninjas, except they don't have the talent for disarming traps. But also, as they level up, they get to have more than one attack per round. If you pay close attention to the way gameplay is done, you have one action that each character can play, like a fighter. Fight, parry, pass, use an item, whatever. They can attack once. They hit multiple number of times as they get better at fighting. They level up. They hit a larger number of times per attack. But Kung Fu characters, as they level up, when you say fight, they get multiple hits. Not just they hit a multiple number of times per attack. They get multiple attacks. Like, I think at level like 13, your Kung Fu character can get 3 attacks of like 5 to 10 hits per attack. So it's like they get multiple turns, which makes them very effective. Dvergr's Blacksmith Shop is available in Wandroid number 3, and there's a list of the notes, the resources that you get, the reagents, as it were. Basically, you can craft weapons and armor for your characters. There's a list of them that you can find. The list is from Wandroid number 3. I don't know that it changed that much in Wandroid number 4. And again, there's a link to the list in my blog in the description below. And in Wandroid number 4, now there's Alchemist, a new class of spells, a new school of spells. They're the Alchemy Spells. Most of them are heard over time type spells. And ninjas are able to learn alchemy spells. So that is what there is to say about it. But again, Wandroid number 4 Remake is for Japanese audiences only. I'm thinking about trying to do a video where I break down a translation of the menus so that if you don't speak Japanese, you can still sort of play it. But I'm not sure yet. I really don't want to push my luck with that. Right now I want to make sure that you can still get Wandroid number 4 for your Android phone. So that's what we're here for. Go out, download it, play it. I'm going to redo the tips and tricks video for it, but because I don't want to spoil all the secrets for it for people who want to be surprised, who want to figure out the puzzles. But I have a list of all the secrets all the way up to level 6 from the first time I made the video, and I've got the secrets for all the way down to level 10 since I made that video. So I need to make that a separate video so that if you want to be mystified by it, play it blind, learn the secrets yourself, then feel free, dive in, because links are below, and have fun.